Welcome. In this video, we're going to be creating a retirement income system to help manage cash flow in retirement. Now, we have a few requirements for a retirement income system. We need it to be simple. We want a simple to manage system that we can update every year. We want it to be automated. We don't want to spend time managing our retirement cash flow in early retirement. We want to enjoy those early retirement years. And lastly, and most important, we need a regular monthly retirement paycheck coming from this retirement income system. What we want to do is we want to replace that regular income that we were getting from our employer. We want to replace that with a regular retirement paycheck. Now, my name is Owen. I'm an advice-only financial planner, a CFP, and I'm the founder of Advice. Advice is an easy and powerful retirement planning platform that you can use to build your own retirement decumulation plan. Now, before we can build a retirement income system, we are assuming that you've got a retirement decumulation plan in place. We're going to be using this one in our example. This is the one from last video where we had $1 million in financial assets. We were drawing that down over a 30-year retirement period, and we were paying zero tax. I'm going to put a link for that video in the description for this video if you want to check it out. So we had $1 million. We were spending $80,000 per year. We had a reasonably good success rate at 72% with the first major chance of running out of money at age 88. And we weren't too worried about that because they still had this big home that they could fall back on. Lots of home equity there, lots of assets. So we weren't particularly worried about that 72% success rate. Now, the key thing in that plan is that we had income sources, including CPP, old age security. It's a couple, so we had both of those. We had some registered withdrawals every year. We had non-registered withdrawals, and we had some TFSA withdrawals. All of that adding up to $80,000 a year with zero tax every single year. So we're going to be building a retirement income system for this plan. If you don't have a retirement decumulation plan built yet, go to advice.ca. It's just $9 a month or $49 for the year. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be using the income flow here to build a retirement income system. We've got lots of income and cash flow for this couple. We've got $80,000 a year in spending. We need a system to help manage that month to month. So let's build a retirement income system for this couple. Now remember, our retirement income system had 3 requirements. It needed to be simple, needed to be automated, and most important, it needed to create a regular monthly retirement paycheck. We want something that's coming in every month, just like we were used to from our employer. Now, one of the challenges here is that we've got lots of different income sources in retirement. They also phase in at different times. Could be Canada Pension Plan, Old Age Security, pensions, RSP, RIF, LIF income, TFSA non-registered income, even part-time employment income or other income sources. Maybe there's a foreign pension in there as well. One of the complications here is they all have different frequencies. So you might be getting Canada Pension Plan, Old Age Security pensions on a monthly basis. You might be making withdrawals from RSP, RIF, LIF, or TFSAs on an annual or semi-annual basis, especially if you're a DIY self-directed investor. Maybe you don't have the opportunity to automate these withdrawals. So maybe you're making them once, twice, or maybe 4 times a year on a quarterly basis. So we have a different frequency than our other income sources. We might have non-registered income that we're withdrawing on a quarterly basis, maybe as dividends or interest income accrue. Maybe we're paying that out every quarter. And if we're still employed, if we have part-time employment income, maybe we're getting that bi-weekly or semi-monthly. So we need a retirement income system that manages all of these different income sources. Now it starts with the hub account. Now the hub account is usually a high interest account, a high interest savings account, a high interest checking account. It's usually a joint account for couples, and ideally it's a no fee account. So you might be using a Wealthsimple cash account for this. You might be using Simply or Tangerine or maybe EQ Bank. Ideally it's a joint account for couples. Ideally it's high interest, and ideally it's no fee. And we want to map out all of our income sources in retirement. So in the example, we're going to have CPP, OAS, bit of pension, maybe RSP, RIF income, TFSA non-registered, but you could have additional income sources as well. So easy to get to over a dozen income sources in retirement, especially for couples. Now what we're going to do is we're going to have all of those income sources feed directly into this hub account. So again, it's going to be a joint account for a couple. We're going to feed all of those income sources directly into this hub account. It's just going to consolidate all of that income in one place, regardless of the frequency. So it's going to kind of go up and down as we pay money out. That's the other piece, is that we're going to pay out monthly income, this regular monthly retirement paycheck. Again, we're used to getting this from the employer on a monthly basis. So let's do the same thing in retirement. Let's have that hub account pay out to our checking account a certain amount every month in line with our retirement budget. Now, for a couple, this gets more complicated because we have two income sources. A lot of these things we're going to have doubled up, and they might be different amounts per individual. So this is where the hub account is super helpful, because it can just consolidate all of those different income sources, different amounts in one central place. We might have two retirement paychecks then. We might have individual personal expenses on either side. Could be the same amount, could be a different amount depending on the retirement budget. Could be for hobbies, entertainment, clothing, personal spending, etc. So we're gonna have a monthly paycheck coming out for each individual in retirement. We're also going to have some other sub-accounts set up, savings accounts. So ideally, you're using a hub account provider that has the ability to set up additional savings accounts and name them individually, ideally. So you might have one for vacations, vehicle upgrades, vehicle repairs, home repairs, but you could have additional ones set up as well. And we're just going to have money going to that on a monthly basis. And that's going to create the retirement income system. Now let's set this up for that example. So in the example, we had two CPP payments. We're just assuming they're $800 a month each, but could be different, obviously, if you have different income levels. We're going to have two OAS payments, so two OAS payments as well, $728 a month. Now this example that we had no pension income, but you could have a small pension as well, perhaps. We had RSP RIF LIF withdrawals, $8,000 per year. So because it's a small amount, because we weren't withdrawing a huge amount from the RSP RIF, and because it was close to the RIF minimum anyway, we're just choosing to withdraw the entire amount once per year. You could choose to do this quarterly. You could choose to do it semi-annually. It's up to you. This is just a little bit simpler because it's not a huge amount. So they're going to withdraw $8,000 a year each from that RSP RIF account. The TFSA is similar. We're just going to do one withdrawal per year. So $7,200 per year for the TFSA each. Now for the non-registered account, because we're getting quarterly dividends or interest income, we're going to be making quarterly withdrawals from each of the non-registered accounts of about $1,600 each. So that gives us our $80,000 per year, or about $6,667 per month. Now we're going to start to split that out. So for each of the monthly paychecks, we've got about $1,500 each. That covers personal spending, it covers entertainment, clothing, hobbies, etc. Again, you might have different amounts per individual depending on whatever you align with your partner. Now for the other accounts, we're going to set aside $1,500 a month for vacations. We're going to build this up over time, then we're going to draw it down as we go on vacation. So every month from the hub account, we're going to set aside $1,500, works out to about $18,000 per year. We're going to do the same thing for vehicle upgrades. So they wanted to upgrade their vehicle every 10 to 15 years, but there's two vehicles. So on average, we're looking at every 5 to 7.5 years upgrading a vehicle. So what we're going to do, we're just going to set aside $500 a month. It's going to build up in this separate savings account for vehicle upgrades. And then we're going to use the trade-in value plus whatever's in that account to upgrade the vehicle whenever we need to. That way we always know there's money there that we need if we need it for a vehicle upgrade. Same thing with vehicle repairs, same thing with home repairs. We're just going to set aside money every month. As we need that money for repairs, we're going to draw down that account. It's just going to build up, draw down, build up, draw down. Super easy to manage. And we can automate all of these transfers. Now, the last piece is that we're going to have some joint expenses. Could be property tax, could be utilities. We're just going to have that come out of the joint hub account every month. So we're going to have those pre-authorized debits or those payments come out of the joint account so that it's super easy to manage, and we've got the income there ready to go. Now, this type of retirement income system is very easy to set up. It's no fee, it's high interest if you're using something like a Wealthsimple Cash, Tangerine, Simply, or EQ bank account for the hub account. And it makes it very easy to manage because every year you'll update this as you update your plan. You'll update the different income sources, how they've changed with inflation. You'll update the amounts that you want for each partner and for the different savings accounts as well. This creates a very simple system to manage because you just update it once a year. All of the transfers are automated and you get this regular monthly retirement paycheck. And so it's very easy to understand how much you have left for personal spending every month. It's just whatever's in that checking account you know is for your personal spending. Super easy to manage your budget in retirement when you have this sort of retirement income system set up. I think this is a really great way to manage income in retirement. I think it's simple, it's automated, it creates this regular monthly retirement paycheck that's easy to manage, and I think it's easy to update every year. You just update it once a year. When you update your retirement plan, you figure out your new decumulation plan based on tax rates, different benefit levels, etc. I think it's super easy to manage, but I'm also curious, how are you managing your retirement income, or how do you think you'll be managing your income in retirement? Do you have a particular system in mind? What are you doing today? What do you expect to be doing in the future? Leave a comment below. I'm curious how everybody else is thinking about their retirement income system. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you at the next one.